what we see here, it says in Texas, 119 women were killed in 2013 and 132 in 2014. And then if you'll pay attention to this number, it says family violence incidents, they're under 200,000, and they're fairly close, but there is an uptick. It's important to note that the statistics on family violence do not accurately reflect what's really happening. Because there are victims that aren't women. There are children and men that are victims of family violence. And in addition to that, the vast majority of these incidents are not reported. So that's a very, very small number. Whenever I get a case, a victim comes in to meet with me, I like to get their history. What's been going on prior to this incident? And what I learned is that there have been a plethora of incidents of violence that were never reported. Just this one was different. Maybe someone else called 911, or maybe they finally at their, they're at their ending point and they made that call. Or maybe a child tried to intervene and they realized, oh no, this is affecting my children, I need to make the call. So the numbers just aren't accurate. And then the 2015 statistics, that says women killed, it's now 158. But just remember that there's probably more deaths from family violence than what they're able to pull for these statistics. So what is abuse? This was taken from just the dictionary. That's the standard definition of it. So to use wrongly or improperly, misuse, to treat in a harmful, injurious, or offensive way, to speak insultingly, harshly, and unjustly to or about, revile, malign, and to commit sexual assault upon. And so those are the three types. You break it down. You have your emotional, verbal abuse, you have your physical, and your sexual abuse. And you never see where there's physical abuse and there's not emotional and verbal abuse accompanying it. It's going to be there. And just because there's emotional and verbal abuse doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to become violent and become physical, but it is an indicator that it's heading that direction. Because rarely do these things de-escalate, they just continue to get worse over time. So emotional abuse, it can include all of these things. Now, does ignoring someone for a period of time make you emotionally abusive? No. But when you take in the totality of all these things, that's what makes someone fall under the description of being abusive. It's important to look at constant monitoring. The victim is not free to move about in their household without being followed or being checked in on. Destroying personal possessions, that's a way to control someone emotionally. There are things that we hold near and dear to us, and maybe it could be a possession that you gained because of the death of a loved one, and they threaten to break it or they do break it. That's going to impact the victim. And I do want to point out that with abuse, this isn't something that happens right out the gate in most situations. Does it happen sometimes? Yes. But this is something that gradually gets worse over time. So when you start a relationship, it's wonderful, things are great between the partners, they're falling in love, and so you're getting all the good stuff in the beginning. And then maybe some little incident, you see some of this come out, some verbal abuse, maybe humiliating in public. And then as time passes, more and more of these things creep in, and then maybe physical violence. And so it's important to note that because of the way that it progresses, then it's no wonder that women end up staying in it, or a man even in an abusive relationship, because they keep thinking back to the good times, and they keep thinking, if we could just get back there. And hope and love are very powerful in keeping someone in a relationship. There are community resources. Friends of the Family is here, great resource. But you can also go online, Texas Council on Family Violence. They have information on their website. And then victim services units with police departments. We have a family service coordinator. He's not a police officer, he's a social worker, but he went through a police academy, so he understands the law enforcement side, but he also understands the counseling side. And he's a great resource. I think a lot of people don't even realize we have someone who works in that role with the police department. His name is Richard Godoy. There's rape crisis centers. So lots of resources out there. And now in today's day and age, get on your phone, you can find something nearby to help you and to refer people to as well. Do you all have any questions about where, I know that was a lot of information. Any questions about anything?